Hello and welcome to the Everyday Board Game. I was about to say podcast,
Podcast,
but
but
this is the show.
yeah.
Uh, I'm your host, Daniel.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
And today we're continuing our Stefan Feld City Collection from Queen Games, and we are on game number 5.
Which is Vienna, and as always, odds I will be teaching here in a little bit. This is a remake of La Isla, if I remember correctly, which is a game you and me both haven't played in a while, but both really enjoy.
Really enjoy.
Yeah,
it's one of the first Stefan Feld that I've found. Yeah,
it's probably the second Feld game I ever played outside of Castles of Burgundy. Then it was that one. Then it went to Trajan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember loving La Isla, and I do own it. I just don't have it on my shelf right now. I currently keep it in the gaming closet with all this stuff that doesn't, because I have this on the shelf.
Right.
I don't need to keep the other one.
Yeah.
But it's such a unique theme of La Isla. When I saw that this was coming out, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I saw what this was about, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I love that theme.
Yeah, right.
Why couldn't we be scientists trying to discover animals in Vienna and the museum and stuff like that?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get it. Spy theme sounds interesting. It's intriguing. This is proof that theme doesn't really matter in Stefan Feld, where you went from searching for formerly extinct animals to spies. And from what I saw trying to learn this game, somewhat the same. There is a little bit difference and stuff like that. But first and foremost, you have a board rather than building the weird wonky board that you get in La Isla.
Yeah.
There is
real quick before you get into the actual game, or before we get into the teach. The way we're doing this is we're playing all of these back to back in order. Currently, right now there are 10 released, and after each one we rank it and we talk about our G.A.M.E.R criteria, what we think about it, and where it fits in our personal rankings on which ones we've liked so far.
So you're going to get 10 videos of just the game through, and then you're going to get a whole video where we're going to encompass everything, where we're going to give the ratings based on what we've written down here, and you hear what the rating of the game is at the end of the thing. But also, we are going to give our rating on the game itself as a whole, the series as a whole, rank them in where we think, based on our G.A.M.E.R criteria, which one was the highest rated to the lowest rated, as well as our own personal rankings on them. So we have our unbiased ranking, and then we'll have our own personal bias rankings. This way you guys could get an understanding if this is for you. If you grasp closer to me, or ground closer to me when it comes to board games, then maybe you'll like these games more than others. If you're closer to him with his designer mind, then maybe you'll like the way he has it ranked, and you'll like those games that he liked a lot too. But with that being said, we're going to get ready to get started on the teach of this game. This is kind of unique action selection based on these cards, which we'll get to in a minute. But first and foremost, I'm going to drop down so you can see the board while I'm explaining this. And I'm going to go ahead and take off my camera right here. This way you see the full board, and then we'll pull this back up when we start to play. All right, so Vienna is we're a bunch of spies trying to find all the evidence, and most points at the end of the game wins. So you're trying to find the different evidences on the board that you see here, these different tokens right here. We're going to be using these specific cards right here to be doing our actions. It's going to be taken over a set of rounds through different phases of each round. First phase is we're always going to draw 3 cards. Here's your 3 cards. Here's my 3 cards. I'll explain what the cards do here in a minute. We need to do a little bit more of an initial setup, and I'll pull this back up right now. Mainly because we get to start with one of these tokens in this bag. And since I am start player, I will pull the first token. And then you'll pull the other token.
Okay.
So this is something that's going to help us with the scoring, is these little tokens here. All right, you got yours. Just keep it to your side there. And now this bag, it's done. It's mainly for setup in that last bit of a draw. You're going to use these evidence tokens, is what they're called, to help you score points based on the tracks at the end of the game. You're going to get, forget how much it was. I think it's like 15 points, because I know there's a typo in the rule book from when I was watching that says 10 points. It's 15 points based on how many you have of a certain piece. And I'll go over that here in a little bit. But These are the main thing that are going to help you score is these tokens here. So in the first phase, we're always going to draw 3 cards. And then we go into the second phase. We're going to play out the cards on our table here. And I'm going to leave the appendix here because there is a lot of like just iconography. If you've watched any of our videos of any of the past ones, there is so much iconography. I can't explain what everything does. So we have to go into the addendum, this little page right here, to read what everything specifically does. So out of your 3 cards, we're going to trigger the different parts of the boards at different times. But when you're playing your cards out of your hand, you have to pay attention to 3 things. First and foremost, if you play this in the 1 phase right here, then you only have to pay attention to this part here. You're going to put it in one of your drawers, and it's going to give you a special power based on the part where it's going to trigger. In this case, this card is triggering in the 4th phase. The next part of the card is when you put it into the 2 slot over on your board, it's going to give you usually a evidence token, which are these circular discs on the side here. Well, we start with 1 each. These are basically what you're spending to do actions. 3rd phase, we don't have to worry about that. We're just going to be placing out our workers or getting evidence, or bribe tokens is what they're called. And then in the 4th phase, which is what this one is telling us right there, you're going to move up a specific token based on what this is saying, if it's in that section right there. Every round, every player is going to be moving up a token after their turn is over. When they move this token up, if it ever crosses one of these thresholds, you can't really see this board right now, but if it ever crosses one of the thresholds, you can kind of see the lines right here, then he will move up. If he ever crosses one of these thresholds, we stop it right there. He is the end game trigger. It's got a player count up at the top. If it hits the player count trigger, it will end our turn, or end our round. We'll finish off the round, then we'll play 1 more full round, and then we're done. So roughly, it said about 7 rounds is what's going to happen, but it's all based on the thresholds because these are always moving on every turn. The only time he doesn't move is when this token is flipped over. So I can move him and cross him on that threshold. When you move him, he will not move forward once he crosses one of those thresholds. And that's what this symbol is for, is to stop.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to move him forward anyway.
Yeah. Right? Because he's our end-game trigger. Most points, like I said, at the end of the game wins. Basically, we're trying to collect these tokens, but that's how the cards will read, is based on where you put them in, they're going to trigger effects. When they go from phase 1 into the bottom, you trigger the bottom effect during that specific phase, and it will tell you the number in Roman numerals on top. Any questions?
No.
All right, so we understand what the cards are doing, but I didn't mention the 3rd phase because a lot of times it deals with your workers. One of the things you could do is place one of your workers, and you have to place one of your workers on a building that is owned by a specific country, say that, or that in a sense, and then you have to pay bribes to go to that building. So if I want to go to, what is a good one to see? This one right here, or Danny wants to go there. Then he has to pay 2 chocolate to go into that building. So that one is specifically what he has to pay for.
2 chocolate?
2 chocolate.
Ooh.
That's why we only start with 1 of each. That's why it's important to pay attention to your cards, because those cards will give you stuff. Why these are very important is because if you ever surround a certain area by following the lines, you get the token. If you get the token, you get the points that are printed on it. So I have a connection to both of these lines right here, which means I can pull this token here. And now I have that token in my supply that is evidence for me to use to find out who the spy is or what's going on. Doesn't really explain all that too much about it. But I will get the points printed there. If for some reason he's able to get a second worker in there and I had already picked up that token, he gets nothing. But it allows him to set himself up on other stuff. That's another important part of having the drawers is when you're doing a specific phase, they will give you a specific power. This is phase 3, so if he's got one that gives him a power on phase 3, say, hey, even if that, I don't know if this is a possibility in the game, but even though you don't have this, then hey, you can get the points still, that kind of thing. If the token's not there, you're still allowed to get the points.
It looks like the number of buildings that connect to each of those is
how much the points is.
Yeah.
That, I was going to say that actually it tells you in the game if there's if it's a 4-pointer, it means there's 4 buildings that you have to get connected to.
Yep. His dog is thirsty.
Yeah, she decided now is the time to come for a drink. But any questions on the putting the people out in phase?
No.
You don't have to put a person out. You can just take 2 of the same evidence
instead of
putting a person out. Don't worry about the coins. We're not playing with that. That is for the advanced game. We're only playing the introductory game just to make our life simpler.
Yep.
Any questions on that?
No, that happens specifically in here. We can place out just one.
Just one, yes. And you have to pay the evidence for it too.
Okay.
That's phase 1. That's phase 2. Phase 3 is putting them out. Either that or that. Yep. Make the connection. Phase 4 is you move one of these tokens up, and if he crosses one of those thresholds, he moves forward. And I'm just trying to see how he triggers. I don't remember how he triggers the move forward. If it only ever crosses there, that's when he starts moving.
I believe
But so. I think that's how it is because there's a little symbol there.
Yeah, that's how it was in Isla.
Yeah. So that is everything.
I do have one question.
Okay.
When we play one as the 1, it comes down here in its corresponding phase, right?
Yeah. And you put it in any drawer.
Any drawer. So you could have multiple that trigger on a single...
You can have multiple that trigger on a single thing. However, you can never have 2 of the same power. Okay. So if I have one that says, hey, you could get one of these resources, you get an extra resource. So if I take a chocolate, I could take 2 chocolates based on that power. Right. I cannot have 2 of those powers. Gotcha. I could have to have 3 distinct powers in there.
And now, so if you have 3 already and you have...
and then you have to decide which ones you're keeping and which one you're not.
Okay.
The first 3 rounds, we get to have all our powers. 4th turn on, we have to decide what we keep and what we take out.
Gotcha. Okay.
What behooves you. And that includes the one that you have up here. You could be like, no, I don't really want this power, but this is a card that's useless to me, so I'm going to move it. So
phase 1, you gain one of the 3 powers.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Phase 2, you gain an evidence token.
Based on what it says in the top corner, yep.
Yep. Phase 3 is when you may place out a single worker.
Or get 2 evidence of the same.
Or 2 evidence of the same. Or
phase 4 is moving one of those, yeah.
Okay. Pretty simple.
Yeah, fairly simple game. There is a couple things I want to check out on here, but I think we're pretty much ready to go.
Yep, I just want to check one of my cards.
I'm telling you, I did when I saw that. I'm like, I don't want to learn those. The addendums here. Yep. Look at it.
Yep. I mean, generally, like a lot of the symbols are
pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. There's some that say, "Hey, if you're going to one of these, then you can pay anything," kind of thing. Cool. So. If it's a green arrow, I believe, as always, it's gain. If it's a red arrow, you pay.
Yeah. Easy. Okay. Well, then let's do that.
So putting the cards out is simultaneous play. Then when we go into turn order, I will take all my cards. Then it will go to you because we're both going to be moving this up.
Okay. I will get those.
I think I'm going to give that power.
And just because of lack of room, I'm just going to cover up these empty spaces.
That's all I'm doing.
Yep. It doesn't do us much good anyway.
Yeah. It's not something too crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we played those all out on our turns together. Now I'm going to flip my first card. This is telling me when I'm moving into the drawer that anytime I place on a building that has a wine bottle cost, I get 3 points.
Okay. And I do my first one, or you do yours?
I think I do mine all the way through, and then you do yours, because our turn always ends with us moving one of these tokens.
Okay.
But at the end of the phase after we're done, this will move to you, but we're going to keep it with this. Because we've been playing him as the mover, the first player piece. The little Stefan Feld character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then I would move that to you. And I'm going to read the in-game scoring while you take your turns.
Okay.
So I get a piece of chocolate. No, this is tobacco, which goes here with my other tobacco. Oh, it's under this card. Okay, so that one was that one. And then I can place one of these out, and I do have 2 of these tokens, so I have to pay attention to what I want. Nope. Yep. I'm going to place out here on France by spending these 2 tokens.
Okay.
And then finally, I'm moving up briefcase.
Briefcase.
My cards go here.
Okay. All right. My number 1. I got this one, which says during the 4th phase, anytime I move up the yellow track, I gain a resource of my choice. So I'll put it there. Second one, I'm going to gain a tobacco, or whatever this brown one is. Medicine, maybe? Spices? Not sure. Round 3, I'm going to spend 2 of these to go. I didn't think that through yet. I was building up abilities first. Let's go here.
Okay, I did that right.
All right. And those go back to the supply.
Mm-hmm.
And now my last phase, I'm going to move up yellow, which gets me a resource of my choice. And I will get a tobacco. And now these 2 are discarded.
Okay, so just for we can understand the final scoring real quick before we move on to the next round. First and foremost, final scoring. When I was talking about the 15 points, is if you have a set of all 5 different information tiles, then you get 15 points. So if I have one of each of the chocolate, the briefcase, the film, the flask, and the gun, then I get 15 points for each set. So if I have 2 sets, I get 30 points off of that.
Okay.
And then you get 1 to 6 points for each secret information tile a player owns, depending on the position of the matching tracking token and number of points indicated below the track.
Yeah.
So for every token I have of the briefcase, as of right now, I'd only be getting 1 point. If it's at 5 points, I would get a point for every token or 5 points for every briefcase I have. So currently, I only have 5 points. If it was there, it's going to be starting with you.
Yep.
What is it, my 3?
Those are 3. Yeah.
This is going to go to you.
Cool. All right. Quick turns.
Yeah, like I said, it's a fairly quick game.
Well.
Okay, I would have to read what that does, but sure. I know what I'm putting here. I'm going to put you here. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Well, I want a combo, but these cards ain't going to let me do it. Not yet. Okay, so let's just do that. And then let's gain 1 of these, and let's move up that one. Okay.
So, starting with you, your first one.
First one. Whenever I place in an orange building, I get 3 points.
Hey, you copied my power, but mine's the bottle, which is pink, I think.
I didn't have much choice in that. Unfortunately, I'm going to get another tobacco. And then I'm going to take 2, place it right here, gaining this token, and moving up 2 points.
There you go.
I'll set that one up. Okay. And then that was it for that one. Now I'm going to do this and move up the film.
There you go. All right, my turn?
Yep.
Yeah,
I can just discard these right away, right?
Yeah. Once the only ones you don't discard is 1 because it goes into your drawer. I'm doing anytime I get, what is that? I can't remember what that, oh, that's tobacco. Anytime I get tobacco, I get an extra tobacco. That was phase 1. Phase 2 is I get a wine bottle.
Mm-hmm.
phase 3 is I'm going to spin these 2 wine bottles to go right here, which gives me 2 points, please.
Yep.
Because I filled in that space. And 3 more points because I placed on a building with a wine bottle.
Go up to 5.
And my last action here is I'm moving up or what is this?
Blue.
Microfilm?
Sure. Yeah. Slides.
Yeah, there you go. Slides.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. All right. Pass back to you.
Yep.
Here's 3 cards. Here's 3 cards. I know what I want to do, but I can't. No, actually, I can't.
Yeah, this is not helpful. What does that do?
I was about to reach to it. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll still do this anyway because it sounds cool.
Where are you at? There you are. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
I'll take that.
That's going to go there. I mean, sure. Yeah, cool. I know, riveting. We have to keep reading the rules. They're fairly simple, but there's just so much iconography. It's like, okay, right. What exactly does that do? All right, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First, I'm getting a power where I place on an American building. I pay for 1 less, so I have to pay 1 token rather than 2.
Nice.
Then I'm getting an orange token. And then finally, I'm going to... Oh, I got to move 3, but... and I'm going to pay that orange token I just got to place myself here.
That's right, because you only pay 1.
Because of my new power that I just got, because it's an American building.
That's right. All right. Where I
go? Well, I'm still going to move this up yet, but yes, now it's your go.
Cool. So now, question. For this one, where it has when the yellow piece moves up, is that if anybody moves it up?
Let's check. What's the number?
Number 70. It won't affect my turn, but I wanted to
Number 70 is when advancing the token, you take 1 bribe. So I think anytime that one goes up, you get a bribe.
Very cool.
Doesn't say when you advance it. It says when advancing.
I imagine it's still me, though, right?
Okay. When advancing. So I'm assuming...
Yeah.
I'm assuming it has to be you, because everything else I'm seeing here is based on what you do.
Right.
So I think when you place it, you get it.
Yeah, that would make sense, right?
When placing your agent, when placing your agent, when placing your agent, when obtaining, yeah. So
it's when you do it that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to gain a pink, which is a wine. And then my third phase, I'm going to place one of my guys in a wine building. Which will be right here, which actually gives me both of these evidence tokens, which is pretty sweet. And then I get to do number 4, which advances the yellow, which lets me take a bribe of choices.
This is I remember a lot Isla being this fairly simple, other than, playing around with the board and trying to build it.
I will get a orange. So I have an ability for an orange anyway. Might as well. Okay. That's it.
So, since we're going into this next round here, now we're getting a 4th card. We have to decide what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, kind of thing. Okay, I know we're going to go here for sure. Oh, interesting. Do I want... Ooh, that is fun. Yeah, I'm going to do this power, and I'm going to move that token.
I'm not really gaining anything I want yet.
Yeah, I think I'll get rid of that one. I'm not really using it at the moment.
Yep, I'm going to do that. But what does this advance? That one? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Okay.
I like the action selection aspect of this game.
All right. New ability. I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay. Which will discard that one. Okay. Then, my second one, I'm going to gain a brown. Okay. Which is not that exciting. And then now, I'm going to take my 2 orange and place it in this one, which will score me 3 points by doing so. And no extra gain from that, just because I place it out there. Now, when we're done with our placing out all of our guys, we only have 8 meeples. Do we start moving them from other parts of the board?
That was one thing I didn't get reference to, but I think so.
And I'm going to move up the suitcase, which doesn't help me. But I got 3 points, so that's good.
If you do not want to place or move an agent, well, yeah, so move an agent, so you can move them.
Okay, cool.
They may take this agent from the personal employees or move one of their agents from any building to another building. So yes, you can move them.
Cool.
All right, my turn?
Yep.
All right. First and foremost, my new power. I'm getting rid of my tobacco power for my chocolate power.
Okay.
And so what it says here, anytime I gain a chocolate, I gain 2 points.
Okay.
Guess what? I'm gaining a chocolate.
Gain 2 points.
Yeah, that's done. Now I'm going to place out the 2 chocolate here, and I'm going to get 4 more points because I'm placing it here and triggering this one.
Okay, 4 more.
Yep.
Wait, I haven't been counting those. Have I?
Well, you need 4 for this one, and you.
I know, but I got 5, 6, 7 points, and I got a couple points somewhere else. But that's all right.
You got points for putting on that building.
Yeah.
So that should give you 3 points. So there's
That's right.
3 there.
1, 2, 3. So that's it.
Yeah, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
plus 3 should be at 10.
Yeah. Cool. Oh man, I forgot about that. I was just so excited to get evidence tokens. That's all.
And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not on anything else. It doesn't look like. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. That was that. And now I'm moving up this track.
Hey. We ruled that it doesn't give me bonuses. Should be really unfair, honestly, I think.
Oh, now you were saying it's unfair.
No, I'm saying it would be unfair if we accepted it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting points for every time I get a chocolate, so.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Token moves to you.
Yep, and 3 cards each.
Yep. This might be the quickest out of all the gameplays.
Oh, yeah. And I thought New York was going to be the quickest.
Excuse me.
That's cool, but I like that building better.
Man, I want both of these.
Well, I'm just going to take that for the time being. And I'll take that one, and I will move up that one.
Yeah, that one's going over here for sure.
My turn is going to be fairly simple. Yeah, I remember how much I liked La Isla, and this is right up there when you're just trying to place on the board and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a matter of which token do I want, though.
Okay. But it's only during phase 2.
Yeah. I won't be able to do that anytime soon. Okay.
All right, starting with me.
Yep.
My new power is when I place a worker on a wine bottle area, I get a resource of my choice. And I could team it up with the points, but I don't want to, so I'm going to do that. And that's going to be my discard. Next up is I get a chocolate, so I get 2 more points, please.
Okay.
2? Yep. All right, and then...
Placing a worker?
I'm trying to see here. Yes, I am placing a worker because I can place on an American building for 1 less, and I'm going to place it here. Which gets me this one.
And how many points?
That was 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I'm on anything else. Yep, that's it. So yeah, I got all that done, and I am taking the gun up.
Okay. All right. My go.
Yep.
I am placing this one. I'm actually replacing my orange one. Ironically enough. Could I discard this one instead?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna discard that one instead.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, wait, where's the purple building? No, that's coming quicker. That's coming quicker for me. So let's just do that. I'm gonna get a brown token, which doesn't give me any immediate benefit, but I get to spend it, which is good because I'm gonna throw my guy here.
What does brown do for you?
That's right. And then that surrounds this one, which gets me 3 more points. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna move up yellow suitcase. There you go. And that is it for me. Not a very exciting turn.
And if the deck ever runs out, you reshuffle the discard pile. And I already gave you the first player token.
All right. We're going to start rolling along here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a nice power. Let's do that. Kind of need that. Do I need that?
Well, that's what I need. Let's go there. For sure.
Damn it. Now it's getting nitty gritty. Yeah. I think I'm going to take this one. And ooh, damn.
I guess I'll do that one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll do this like so.
Okay. My go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get one of these, which doesn't give me any immediate gain. Wait. Oh no, that's the.
That's the
wait
power.
A minute, I
That's
don't get
the power.
that one.
That's the power.
Yeah, it's the power. Let's do this one now. Okay. That one's done. Now I'm gaining one of these, which is a purple. Which again doesn't give me any gain, but I gotta place my guy over here.
Which is going to give you.
It's gonna get me this and 3 more points.
Plus your purple power,
1, 2,
which
3.
gives you a resource of your choice.
And a resource of my choice, that's right. Which will be orange. And because I'm gaining an orange, no, I don't get that benefit right now.
No, it's phase 2.
Phase 2. Which one do I want then? Which one is the for real one that I want?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get another one of these. Might as well. And then my last one, I'm moving up the film strip.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so for my first action, I was not going to do that, so that's just going to go there. Next up, I'm going to gain a orange.
Okay.
What is this, a magazine?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to place the magazine with these guys into here, which is going to give me a cascading effect.
Cool.
Because I'm going to get 2 points for this.
Okay.
I'm going to get 2 points for this.
Okay.
And I think that's it for my 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the set now.
A set.
Hey, it's 15 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have a set.
I have a set now.
So far. All right, your last one?
All right, my last one is going to be moving up this, which will move him along. And we flip this, but doesn't really matter since I was last player.
Yep.
But if we were playing a 3 or 4 player game, it would matter for the next people in line.
Yeah.
They wouldn't move him up.
Right.
All right. With that being said, we do the cleanup. We flip this. I move first, and we need cards.
Yep, and you discard that card.
Okay. It blends in so well. It looks
does.
like it's part of the test.
It does. I don't blame you. I'm getting that one.
Okay, what is that? There it is.
I know that one.
Oh, that is kind of cool. I'm not going to keep it.
Oh, yeah, I should look at what the abilities are. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what I want to get. What do I need to try for? Kind of need that, but it's not doing me any good favors right now. Yeah, I think. Wait. No. No. Okay.
It's an interesting, ever-changing, like series of goods. You know?
Yeah, it's like, what do you want to do is the main thing. That's what I was like,
yeah.
what do I want to
engine
trigger?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Multi-use cards.
I mean, I need to start triggering that then if I'm doing that. Oh. Interesting on that aspect too. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned it, but you can only ever have one of your characters per building. I can move this character over to the building with him, but he can't have two characters in the same building.
Which makes sense.
What you need?
Huh? I'm just looking. How many expansions they have?
There's like mini expansions in there, but then they have also the advanced mode, which gives you missions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have the expansion 2, the Feld agents for all players.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and not worry about you. But let's move up you. And we'll do that. There we go. All right.
The full advance first. Wow.
All right. I am not going to use this ability, even though that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I am gaining one of these. Yeah, it's not really what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of these.
Okay. I go? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. You.
And then I got to move up. Which one's going to be simple? I'm just moving that up.
Okay. Cool. All right. First thing I do, I'm going to do this. I don't want to, though.
But you want to.
I don't want to.
But you want to.
No, I don't want to. Well, no. Nah, not really.
Story of the Stefan Feld game.
I'm going to check one thing now that I realize it, because that might combo, which I'm okay with.
Comboing's always fun.
Yeah.
I will say this about Vienna in a 2-player game. It is fairly nice. He's playing on his side of the board. I'm playing on my side of the board. There's like the Berlin Wall split right here.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So it's not as combo as I thought, but I'm getting orange. Okay. And now this might affect you later, is that because I'm getting 2 orange because I get an additional one, this card only applies once. It's specifically the bribe I take, not the bonus bribe I get.
Yes.
So I am going to get 2 points for that, and I get these 2 orange, which is okay. That's what I wanted anyway, because I'm going to take these 2 orange and place one of my guys right here for this phase.
Which doesn't give you this. Well, no, it does give you this one.
It does give me that, but not that one yet.
Yeah, no, I knew there's
so
one.
I gained 3 more.
Yep.
And now I have a set. Haha. And then this final action, I'm moving up gun. Okay. And that is it. That goes to you.
No, I already. Yeah. This you start this one.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll do that at the end of the phase where it needs to get. Just to make it a little easier.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Rabble.
This power again, huh?
I don't want that one.
Yeah, let's
move this one about that one.
And we will do this. All right, cool.
Well, it's a matter of which resource I really want. This is not super vital. I kind of want to do that. So yeah, let's just do that for resource. Let's move that one up. And then this one here. Now I'll flip this over because it'll start my round. I'm not gonna use that ability. It's fine. Step 2, I get a purple. All right. Step 3, I play spending 2 to place my guy. This one, which now gets me both of these, which gets me 5 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my last step right here, I move up the briefcase, which now moves him forward, and that flips. Okay, your go.
All right. And this is where it matters, because even if I moved, like, say, blue up, he wouldn't move. All right, I'm not doing that power. Still need power.
Yep.
I'm gaining one of these. Then I'm going to place these guys here, which will now give me a film token and 3 points, please.
Okay.
And then that was that placement. And now I am moving up film. And that is that.
Okay. This now passes. Ooh, definitely want that. I don't even care what the other abilities are at this point.
Yep, taking that.
Ooh, let's do that. And yep, that'll work.
Yeah, either or.
It starts to move a lot quicker
once we kind of figure out what everything says.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, just making a note here for when we do our thing at the back end. Stuff I want to talk about. All right. First and foremost, not using this ability, so that's just going to go there. It's a cool ability, but don't need it. Next, I'm getting a chocolate. 2 points, please.
Okay. 1, 2.
Finally, I'm going to place out my last guy here. And then I am going to place it over... that makes the most sense for me. It's going to give me 3 more points. So yeah, I will place you here for only 1. And I get 3 points.
Okay.
And move up gun.
Okay. My go.
Yep. I
am going to add this to nowhere. Actually, no, I don't. I had to think about that.
Yes, Luminous, it is an early stream. In fact, Luminous. We're also going to do the podcast later today. Mm-hmm. We're just doing some playthroughs, and then we're going to take a break and then come back and do the podcast.
That's done. I'm going to paste both of these. Now, my guys are already out, so I'm going to take this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move him over here, which I just paid for it, which will give me these 2.
Yep.
And that means that I have that one now. And then now, my 4th phase, I'm going to move up the guns.
This should have already been.
Yep.
Which will flip it there.
Flip it there. Yeah, which won't matter.
Yep.
All right, so we move him up 1 more. There we go. All right, starting with me.
Just wait.
Yeah, we're busy. It's fun.
We're working today.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh. I know I want that one to go there. And I want that one to go I
mean, that would be nice for what I'm going to try to do there, so...
Yeah, let's do that, and then let's do that.
All right, so I'm going to move you here, and I'm going to move you here, and... You don't give me what I want. You don't give me what I want, so I will move you here. And starting with you, sir.
Okay. Well, that's what I really want, though.
Too late. You already put it down.
Yep. Already did it. Already did it. My apologies. I was just double checking it. All right. I'm placing this ability.
Chess rules, man. Chess rules. That
one's gone. Okay. Oh, wait. I never got my 2 points for that.
You gotta remember that.
I know, dude. I can't remember that ability for some reason. I'm taking one of these, which will get me 2 points.
Oh, here comes Mr. Thump.
Yep. And then that's it for that. I am not going to place my dude down.
You're going to take 2?
I'm going to take 2.
Yeah, don't blame you.
This will be the first time I've done that this whole game. And I'm moving ahead yellow, which I no longer have the ability that lets me move ahead yellow.
Yeah.
But I just have a lot of yellow, so it makes sense for me.
Starting with me, I'm going to... Am I going to change out stuff? No. Sorry about the noise. Again, we got a cone head in the house. We get a bottle. Now, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to place out somewhere.
Nah.
And I may... I'm just trying to see what makes the most sense for me to do.
I just realized how much I led myself astray.
Right, I'm going to move this guy for 2 wine bottles to put him here, which doesn't do anything good for me right now. However, I do get 3 points because I placed my dude on a wine bottle.
Yep. Makes sense.
All right. I think that is it. Well, I got to move things up. So I'm going to move up film, which would have triggered that. He moves up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave that alone because it's moving to me.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
I do want that.
That works too, but I think I want to do that one. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is kind of a cool power. I don't like any of these resources. Dang.
No, I agree.
Dagnammit. All right, well, I'm just going to do this. What was on this resource?
Okay.
Doesn't mean no good. All right, starting with me. I'm not using this power, so that can go over there. It's the same one I keep getting all the time, where I can get points if I place on a location that you have.
Yep.
Next up, I'm getting a tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get me... What resources do I want?
Yes.
That is the question.
Yes, you do.
I want...
You want them all.
Kind of do. However, I will go with... let's go with whatever... Coffee tin? Is that what these are?
Sure.
And then finally, I am moving up blue, which triggers this and triggers his movement.
Okay. So this is going to seem ridiculous at first.
It's always ridiculous.
But this ability is when I gain an orange, I gain an extra orange. I already have that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the icons on this one better, and I want that to be reshuffled. So I'm replacing that card. That's why I'm doing that. Because those icons are more beneficial for me later on.
I
potentially. It's a minor thing that probably won't happen, but that's
it makes sense to me, but...
Yeah. And then I'm going to get one of these brown tokens. I am then going to spend 2 of these pink. Now, this guy makes sense for me to move, because everything he's connected to, I've already taken tokens
Yeah, that's
for.
exactly why I moved this guy over here.
I'm going to move him here, which since I went to there, I got 3 points.
Are you copying?
3.
Oh, you went to the France building. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, you copying my wine building.
Nope. And then
of course, the French own the wine.
Head. Of course they do. Yeah. There we go. And that is it.
All right. This moves to you.
There we go.
Okay. That is hilarious.
Huh. Yep, that's going there.
Let's place that there. And I think I will move up. Either one of those don't matter to me.
Okay.
So I will gain that resource. And nope. I don't want to do that. I'm going to move up this one.
You don't?
That's what I'm going to do. Yep. All right. Starting with you.
Okay. I am going to do this, and I'm actually going to replace this one. I no longer need that one. Now I'm going to gain one of those, a brown token. And then, do I want to move one of my dudes? Now it's starting to get tricky because a lot of my guys are in places where it works really well for me. But this one I think is going to be less beneficial for me right now. So I'm going to spend these 2. I'm going to bring this guy over here. I think that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I have now surrounded this yellow token. Try not to make a mess over here. All right, which gets me 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And since I place on a brown, I gain a resource of my choice, which
I like the combos in this one. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm going to get a purple. I got rid of it just recently. So I'm going to get a purple. And then finally, I'm going to move up yellow again, which does that. And then moves him up.
Oh, we're about to hit the trigger.
Yeah.
This actually went a lot faster.
Yeah. And
well,
here we go.
If you were going to do something that didn't matter to me. So, first and foremost, I'm going to... Do I want to get rid of something here? I mean, that's a really cool power. Is there wine that I'm going to be dealing with? I don't think so. So I think I'm going to finally get rid of this one.
Finally?
Finally. I haven't built on wine for a while, and I'm not going anywhere near wine kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I get wine. I didn't have a choice in that.
Why are you whining?
And then next up, I'm going to... Why do I want to place? Yeah, I'm going to move... Kind of want to leave you, and I need you to stay. So yeah, you're going to end up moving because I don't need anything really over there. And I'm going to move you over here for 2. And then I get this one. And I think that's the only one I can get right now. Because that has 4. Yeah, it's just this one right now. Gives me another one of those. And then 4 points, please. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're not letting me go too far behind, are you?
Nope. And then
You
I move up gun.
Okay.
And this comes to me.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Well. Yes. Yes. And yes. Done.
Yes, and don't care about this one. All right, starting with me. I am not taking this power. I am, however, taking this power of that resource.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and abandon this section over here. Yes, I'm going to abandon this section over here. And I'm going to build this guy for 1 token here and get 3 points off of that.
Yep, just by building it there.
Just by building it there because of this power right here that I finally got rid of that pink power for.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get 3 for this. And I think that was it. Yes. Okay. Yep. Because that gives me my
6 points is not bad.
It also gives me another one of these. Which I'm close to 1 more set.
Well, let's see if you trigger the end.
What is... Nothing's going to cross, so I'm not triggering the end.
No, but I might cross the other one.
Yep.
We'll see. Let's see what you move.
I move film.
Oh, yep. So it's still not possible. Which is fine, because I wasn't going to anyway. Haha. I'm going to start by getting this one. I'm going to discard this ability, because I don't care. All right. Secondly, I do want to get a purple resource, because that is important. The chocolates. Thirdly, though, I am going to pay 3 chocolate. Or 3 of these.
3?
2 of them. 2 chocolates.
I was like, why are you paying 3?
Yeah, 2 chocolates. That's how math works. And I'm going to move this guy over here, which doesn't give me anything for that necessarily, but this does give me 6 points.
You were there, so that would be 5.
Yeah, I'm 1 ahead of you. And then I'm going to move up yellow.
Oh, you don't have that power anymore.
Nope. All right. And I get to start this, huh?
Yeah. That's going to go there.
That's not terrible.
All right. I have my powers.
What I want to do. Let's do that.
You don't want to do that.
I want to do that. I don't want to do that, though. I want to do that. And that's that. Okay, cool. My go. I'm going to do this, which I don't care. I don't care about the ability. Doesn't do me any good. I'm going to get a tobacco pouch, which doesn't benefit me either. which is fine, because that's not what I was going for. So I'm going to spend 3 orange. And I'm going to move this one, now that I don't need it anymore, to get that. And I'm going to put it right here, which, since I built in an orange, doesn't do me anything. But it does, however, give me majority of this, which is 3, and this, which is 4 more. So that's 7
points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, and then I'm going to move up guns.
Gotcha.
Which does not yet trigger the end.
Nope. All right, my turn.
Uh-huh.
This is a power that I really don't care for.
Yep.
Next up is going to give me, even though that kind of worked for me,
yeah,
where I could get an extra, I just want that one. I'm going to move this guy here because he's pretty much all tapped out. And I'm going to spend this one here for these 2. Oh. Yeah. And then boom, 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 boom. And then, which will give me this one. So, this one. Don't have that one.
So 8 points?
Yep. Does not give me what I want. Didn't build on any of those, so think that is everything that I can see.
Okay.
Right?
I think so.
Okay. And then finally, I'm going to move up film, so I don't trigger it either.
All right.
And I'll start.
And if we don't end it now, we got to reshuffle.
Yep.
I definitely want that. Yes, I want that now.
I don't really want that.
Yeah, that'll work.
That works better, actually.
Complaining. I'm just gonna shuffle this just in case. Well,
yeah.
No, we'll need to get these new cards in there, so we'll see.
So grab that one.
Wait, do I want that? Yes, I want that one. That's right.
Yeah, none of those will work for me. Oh, wait, hold on.
Ability. No.
Where am I at? I'm there.
Well, that's not terrible.
Where is that building? Oh, that building's kind of nice. That building's kind of nice.
That is more beneficial.
That is. I'm already there. Don't really worry about that one. Don't have those.
Yeah, that is more beneficial to me.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get this resource.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to get this power over this. I'm going to get me one of these. I mean, I could do that. Where is the one that makes the most sense? Well, I could do that. Not that it makes sense, but that's still going to give me a pretty good amount of points. Do I want the points or... I know for sure, even if we trigger it, I get one more turn. So do I want to hold off is my question. I think I'm going to hold off. Now I'm just trying to see what resource I need to get, and I'm going to get me 2 of these.
So if that triggers, we take one more round?
Yeah, it's that triggers, and then one more full round after.
Cool.
And then I'm going to
Fair enough.
Move this up, which will then get me
It's
2 points.
Yeah.
And that is it for me.
All right. First off, I'm going to do this, which I am going to actually trade out this brown building now. So that's less common. Okay. Next one, I'm going to get another one of these. Now I'm going to send one of my dudes out. This one is no longer needed, I don't believe. So I'm going to send him over here, which, since I built on there, I get a resource of my choice. And that does indeed surround it with 4 points. Which resource do I want, though? Let's go with this one.
There's a lot of moving parts on this one.
I'm gonna wine. No, I'm gonna go this one. I'm gonna go the brown trigger. Okay, and then finally, I'm gonna move up the suitcase.
All right, so no trigger, huh?
Still no trigger. All right.
Moves to you.
I have all your cards.
Yeah, I have. Other than the ones that are underneath my desk drawer.
I would just take a moment to chillax and talk as I'm shuffling some cards. Give the people at home some ASMR. Some playing card ASMR. Illuminous, thanks for joining us too.
There we go. Sorry, I had to do mod work.
Yep. Block some people's.
And it's easier to do it on this over here than trying to get my laptop. We need a better system for us to do it right here. I'm already in the process of buying
we'll figure it
out. A splitter. This way we can have a better second camera. And I'm also trying to get a Bluetooth keyboard for this way I can run the chat as well.
Cool. And I'll be starting us off.
Okay. Woo.
Definitely want that.
I want that.
I want that. I definitely want that.
I mean, I would like that, but this will be fine for now, and I will gain this.
Okay.
All right, starting with you.
Yep. I'm going to play this. Don't care about the ability. Because I don't think there's anywhere near where I want to build. So, yep. Don't care about the ability. Now, this one, though, I do get a brown token, which is important. And then I'm going to send one of my dudes out. Let's see here. Who's somebody who I don't need much anymore? I think this guy.
Okay.
Let's send him over here.
Okay.
Should get me 3 points. And I don't get any benefit by building in there. Okay. That's okay. And then I'm going to move up yellow, which will
trigger
the end of this round. Yeah.
And then when I get my turn, we finish out that round. We get one more turn.
Okay. Sounds good.
I mean, he can move up, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it won't matter.
He hit the triggers.
Yeah, we know that that's the end.
All right, starting here, I'm going to get this power in place of this power. Actually, I don't need this anymore, so let's do that. Second most, I'm going to get me a tobacco. And then I'm going to spin these two to go into the same building you're in. I'm taking this guy away.
Yes.
Which gives me this one.
Oh, I got that one too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He doesn't pay attention.
I don't. But you got a whole bunch more.
I get 6 points for that for sure. Because I also played on the brown building, I get 3 more points.
3, putting you in the lead.
I wasn't on that one, so that is fine. And now I move up this, and because I do that, I get 2 more points.
Whoa. So
I was triggering it regardless.
Yeah.
If you didn't move it up, I was moving it up.
I choose one to move.
All right, so this not important anymore because we already triggered the end game. We can still move these up as needed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that power anymore.
That one won't matter for me.
Any of these, I don't have a map for that one, so that's still only going to give me that. Don't have enough for that. So maybe I just want to go to one of those, I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't have that one. Could go there. Don't have that power anymore, so we need to get one of those.
Oh, and you're going first this time.
Yep. I'm just trying to see what behooves me to make the most sense, you know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah.
I think
that's the ability I want. That's taken there, and that's that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Do any of these make sense for me? No, it doesn't make sense. And that resource doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, none of these make sense for what I want to do, so I just need to figure out a certain building that I'm looking for. Yeah, I can't do that one. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That is probably the only one that makes sense. And these don't give me what I need for that building. So, well, this one, does that make sense? Yeah, that one does make sense for that building. So, let's do that there. And then, script, we'll move that there and put that there. All right, starting with me in our last round.
Yep.
I am not going to use this power. Then I'm going to gain me one of these. And then I'm going to move this guy over here for 2. Not that it gives me anything there, but I get 3 points for that.
Yep. Makes sense.
And then I go here, and I'm going to move up the gun, which would have triggered him to move anyways. That is my turn.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to replace this ability. And then next one is I'm going to get a tobacco pouch, which lets me move up a token of my choice.
I mean, it behooves you to move one piece.
Yeah, I mean, yellow makes the most sense. And then I'm not going to place a dude. I'm just going to get 2 pink. And then, so I couldn't afford it anyway, and then move up blue. And that's it.
All right. Final scoring as such, as players now game. If you have a full set, which I do have 1.
I have 3.
You have 3. So 15 set of each set. So 15
45.
times 3, so 45 points for you.
So
that killed me. You were here.
I was 1 below that.
You were here.
That was 58. So
plus
that
45,
would
that
be
puts you over
103.
Yep.
So
get your 100-point token.
Yep. About 100. I'm going to set yours over here.
I'm at 80 because I had 1 set. And then we'll start with blue since it's at the top. Blues are worth 2 points for every blue token you have. 2, 4, 6, 8.
And I'll start moving yours as well.
All right. Next is briefcases. 2, 4, 6.
6. Okay.
Next is guns. I get 3 points.
They're 3 each?
Yeah.
I'll get 12. 3, 12.
All right. Next up is those. I get 8 more points. The reels. The reels.
2 each. So there you go. You're on 100. And I get 6. Okay.
All right. And then the things, I get 10 points. The beakers.
I get 25. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay.
You give me my 10?
Yep.
All right. Is the leader of the secret agency and the winner of the game?
Did we do guns? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool.
I got a total of 3 points. You got like 9 or something like that. 12. Yeah. Okay, that is it. So final score is 115 to
158.
158. What hurt me is that I couldn't get any of the the guns.
Yeah.
There was like no guns for me to try to go for.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
All right. So before we get going on that, let me just put in the scores here for our thing. So 115 to 158. Because we, as always, keep an eye on our tracks.
Yep.
Our points and stuff like that. We track all our games because that's how we could tell you what we've been playing lately.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, this was Vienna. We'll get into the review. Here we go. All right. First off, your initial thoughts on Vienna.
Yeah, I already liked La Isla, and I figured I would like this. There's only one thing I don't love about this, compared to La Isla. Like, I'm just going to compare it first. There's 2 things that I think that this doesn't do as good as La Isla. One, much smaller package.
Oh, yeah.
The La Isla is,
this is ridiculously priced.
Box. Yeah, this is a lot bigger of a production. Better, like, the pieces are great.
I have the collector's edition,
work.
so...
Yeah. They work just fine. I'm just saying, like, I like having the ability to have it in a small little container. That's one. But secondly, the board although they're weird shaped in La Isla, they make it a modular board of how everything's laid out. This, you just do it by randomizing these tokens, which is not a bad thing. It works. It's functionally, it's probably more balanced than how random like the other one could be. And I get that.
The other thing too is you can also randomize the flags that are on the boards.
Oh, you can.
Well. There is tokens that you can change out the flags next time you play through.
Mm-hmm. This does have an advanced mode, which we didn't play with.
Yeah.
This also has a variant, and this also has a second expansion. If you have the previous 4 games, you can use the other Felds from the other pieces.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, let's be real, you could just use colored pawns. But, you know, if you want to play it that way, you can. You can proxy those in. There's a lot of replay. I like this one a lot. I already originally liked it, and this is a pretty good adaptation to it. And also
proves theming doesn't matter.
Theming doesn't matter. No. I do want to point out that one thing that I noticed is that this board is made to be lifted up, which is great because when you're sliding the cards in, there's actually a visible gap there, which is fantastic. I love that fact.
Yeah.
So, what about your thoughts?
My big gripe about this game, and this is just the biggest gripe, so you could probably tell where I'm going to go on this part of the G.A.M.E.R criteria here, is the board is a little bland, a little busy. It makes sense for what it's trying to do, but trying to be like, oh, can I go to this trail? Can I go, does this work in that aspect? It's a bit busy for my liking.
Yeah.
And a bit bland. I like the variability of it. I think that's fantastic. It is another icon-heavy game, but you're going to get that for Feld. These ones were a lot more, once we figured out what we were doing, they were a lot more legible than, say, something like Marrakesh or, though Marrakesh wasn't too hard to read, or say something like Hamburg or Amsterdam. They were such icon-heavy where our noses were buried in the addendum. This one, we've looked up a couple things, but we weren't in the rule book.
It was more to confirm our suspicion.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like that aspect of it. I love the choices, how simple this game is actually, but still have really good choices in the combo nature of it. It's like, oh, I did this. Now I took this card out. Now every time I get this resource, I can get an extra resource. And you set yourself up for that in the first part of the turn. I like that. It's like, okay, now I don't need this power anymore. I'm not using this power anymore. Let me dump this. Let me do this. Now, whenever time I get this resource, which will now give me the 2 resources I need to build on a building.
Right.
I love that. It's good combo-tastic nature of it. Does something that the cards are fun, even though sometimes it takes a little bit to read it. Very easy to understand. If I put it in this section, I get its power. If I put it in this section, I get its resource. If I put it in this section, I have to move it on this board. Yeah. The pieces of component quality is great because I have the collector's edition. I like the acrylic, and I don't like the acrylic things. They're neat and how they look, but because
the picture on one side and it's kind of weird.
The picture is on the back of the meeple. Yeah. So when you're looking at it from this way, you barely see the front character, and it makes sense. I like it. I like acrylic a lot more than cardboard and stuff like that. So I'm not upset about it.
Thick acrylic too.
My thing is, if you're giving me the acrylic for this, you're giving me the acrylic for this, you're giving me the acrylic for that, why do I still have cardboard tokens? Why you're already making me pay an exorbitant amount of money for this collection. Why are these still cardboard? That is one of my major gripes with the deluxe edition. Basic edition, fantastic. It's fine. If you have no problem with that, and you only get the essential edition, is what I think their basic collection is, then you'll be fine. Yeah, it's all cardboard. It's perfectly fine. With that being said, you ready to get into the G.A.M.E.R criteria?
Yeah, let's go.
The first one is game immersion, and this is the one that I hem and hawed about. Is the game fun to lose?
It's fun to lose, but it doesn't have memorable moments at all. And there was no interaction. Now, this might be just because of 2 players, but even if it's me going there doesn't affect anybody. Yeah. Right? Unless I had that card that says, oh, I get some points if I do that.
Yeah, and also you going there is if you timed it just right and you take the token, even though I'm setting up. But even then, a 2-player, it does nothing.
Yeah, there's not those big memorable moments.
Yeah.
So I don't give a game a
I wish it would shrink the board for 2 players or something of that nature. I get why they don't. But I don't give a game immersion either. I kind of hem and haw. There was some cool stuff in it, and not really memorable moments, but it did make me feel clever at times when I like, okay, I play this power and I get this power, and I go here, I get 3 points, and I only have to pay 1 resource every time I went to America. I was like, yeah, all right, I feel clever because I had my combo going really well, and it had those moments, but it wasn't something that tipped the game over for me.
And I did like how it kind of felt like as I was watching my guys just slowly spread out this way, you know. Like, it felt like I was spreading out the spy network. Like, it did feel somewhat thematic because of that. It felt more thematic than any of the games we played before. Except for New York City. I think New York City made more sense. You do felt like
your architects fighting over building up the skyscrapers.
But this one, like, I get it. Like, it's abstracted for sure. Like, why is, like, this USA building, like, the same over here? Like, I mean, I guess they're embassies, right?
Yeah.
You know, but still, like, you know,
I get
that's kind of weird. Why would there be two American embassies in 2 different spots, right? 3. Or 3. Yeah, 4. I mean, there's a bunch, right? Yeah. But why would they be in different parts of Vienna? That doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. There's nothing about...
it doesn't fit the theme as much as you would think it would. It's fine. And this just proves theme doesn't matter. So, again, I agree with you. It doesn't get game immersion for me.
Yep.
What about earned production?
Yeah. I think it gets it for me.
It doesn't get it for me.
No?
No.
Okay. I think it does. Like, I mean, I get, like, your gripe against this, like, but, like, this is just, like, the acrylics are fine. I like the big chunky pieces. I think the art, it is busy, yes, but it's not so bad that I couldn't tell it. There's nothing that's colorblind unfriendly, right? Every color is marked with an icon.
Mm-hmm.
So they made sure of that. All of the colors mostly pop on this. Like, I was able to look around across the board with fairly easy comfort. And the iconography, once I saw that, you know, this was some of the easiest iconography. So I couldn't say no for this because I don't have a real big gripe. Nothing that would detract all of the benefits, like the second layer boards. You know, the cards are good graphics. Like, the tokens are fine. You know, like, I mean, I'm okay with fine. Everything functions the way it was. Nothing gets in the way of anything else. I think it gets it, but that's
the reason why I don't like the pieces and components. I give that.
Yeah,
it's the graphic design. It's a little too busy for my liking.
Sure.
The lines are fine, but it's like, okay, this is a 2. Yeah. That's fine. Once the board starts filling out, things are getting up there. Stuff get covered too. So I have to start moving stuff around to figure out what pieces go in there.
Sure.
So if this is a 4-player game, a lot of this is going to be covered, and so that's why I'm looking at it as well in the 4-player aspect. And I know we're laying our stuff down, but that's for us on this version of it. For us to see, like, because if we put it sideways, we can't really tell what character that is. So we were laying them down for us to tell which one's which. If we do that in a 4-player game, that's going to be a lot of stuff on the board where you can't read everything.
Sure.
The cardboard standees would probably be better in that aspect of it.
I think they're meeples in the original.
Oh,
they're screen printed meeples.
Yeah. So that is going to be easier to see because you'll see the color if they're sideways standing up. Other than that, but it's a little busy on the board. The lines are a little distracting. It's like, okay, I have to follow the lines and stuff like that to figure out what resources I'm getting. Yeah, so the art is another thing I'm not a huge fan of. It is fairly generic spy art. And honestly,
the fedora and the sunglasses.
Most of the Stefan Feld stuff art is not blowing me away.
Right.
This one is just, it didn't hit for me, so it doesn't get art production for me.
Fair enough.
Meaningful choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, considering, there's sometimes where, like, that very last turn, I got 3 cards where I'm like, I mean, none of these do it. It's a dead
there's
turn,
slight arbitrary choice, but that's towards the back end of the game.
But what I also liked is that at the beginning, like, I was able to set up a pretty decent combo. Like, these cards correspond to each other really well.
And what's nice about it, in the advanced mode, there's a whole other set of cards that you're going to add to this deck. There's 2 decks you're going to be drawing from in the advanced mode from what I was researching, because there's a whole other stack of cards.
Which is great.
Yeah, so variability on that one.
Yep.
So meaningful choice, it gets it for me as well. There is a lot of choice with as little as going on in here. You're playing 3 cards every turn. And it's just like, how do I want to play it? Do I want to play it for the resource? Do I want to play it for the power?
Yeah.
Do I want to play it for moving this token track over here? Because I have a bunch of those tokens. Am I going to use those for final scoring points? And I like the fact that you're getting a little bit more points at the end of the game, but you're also setting yourself up for massive points at the end of the game based on this track over here.
Yeah.
And I think it does that fantastically well, and it gives you a lot of choices and fairly simple choices too. So therefore, I give it meaningful choice.
Same. Easy.
All right. Moving on, next is Isla Play.
Yeah. The only thing that threw me off is, and this was just a while to remember, is that phase 2 you gain a resource.
Yes.
Phase 4 you advance the marker. And while all of the cards say that, I wish the board said it. Yeah. That's the only thing I wish it did. But maybe that's because of variance, like it didn't want to specify it.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's my only little thing about remembering.
But the thing is, even on the board itself, it has the variant on the front of it too.
Yes.
Where the coins that you could get in third phase, you don't get it in this introductory game because that is something for the variant. They have it on the board. Why couldn't they have it for the rest of the board? You're covering that area up anyways. It's just letting you know, as I'm putting this card down, okay, there it is.
Yep.
So it also
does get easy play for me.
It does get easy play because it is a fairly simple teach. It's easy to grok. We were breezing through this one.
Yeah.
So easy play. And then finally, replay value.
Absolutely. Because of the expansions, that's why I double checked. I was like, wait, how many expansions does it? It has a full advanced mode, a different deck. It has 2 extra expansions. One that uses other games in the collection, which is the first time they did that because this is game number 5. I mean, it's super replayable. Now, granted, you see everything on the cards, right?
Yeah.
This is my only thing that's not replayable for this is that you and I went through this deck as a 2-player game. The bare minimum, you're going to see every card in the game.
Yeah.
Right? And most of them are just iterations of each other. So that's not super replayable. But in a 4-player game, we would have shuffled that 4 times. So that I don't love that. But overall, I mean, it's super.
But here's the thing too: is like other than the cards, the board is gonna change states. Yeah. If you get used to it, these tokens are going to go into different spots. Yeah. As well as you can change the flags of the embassies and stuff like that. So there is variability just in the introductory. Then you advance add the advanced game. So if you pull this board here, let's just pull these tokens off.
And it plays fast too.
Yeah. Plays fairly fast. I don't think it's going to add too much time when you add players just because it's like everybody play your 3 cards at the same time and then in turn order trigger everything kind of thing. And so when you have so this is the introductory board. Fairly simple. Your cards go over here, your discard goes here, your tokens go down here. Now you have missions up here, you have the 2 decks here with the discard pile and your tokens down here. And so this is where it gets that variability just by adding the advanced game. You're not even adding the expansions into it. It is just the advanced game. And then it has a fun little expansion where you take all the workers out of the other city collection stuff. The Stefan Felds are going to be doing stuff in the game. Yeah. You have...
It's like player abilities or something.
Yeah, it has some really neat stuff just out of the expansion. So replay value is an easy one for me.
Yep.
With that being said, I gave it 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
You gave it 4 out of 5, which gives it a 7 out of 10.
All right, sounds good.
And with that being said, thank you for watching. I've been your host, Daniel.
I've been your host, Daniel.
And we want you to remember, every day is a good day for board gaming.